Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you the 10 business ideas to start in Ghana 2020. If you're new here, consider subscribing so that you won't miss out any interesting videos like this. Let's get started. Technology accessories. These days, anyone who sells accessories for mobile phones, computers, laptops, printers, photocopiers, and the likes is raking in billions of cedis. With major advancements in technology in the country, more and more people either own or use these gadgets on a daily basis. In fact, children aged as little as 10 years own mobile phones, while the majority of students own computers, and they all need accessories. Any aspiring entrepreneur will surely consider venturing into this kind of business. Toiletries. If you're looking for a fast booming business, toiletries is definitely one. The sales of toothpastes, shaving sticks, diapers, toilet rolls, sanitary towels, wipers, etc. have skyrocketed as these items have become a major necessity among Ghanaians. They are needed in weddings, dinner, and festivities, and by newborn babies. This industry offers a big opportunity for millions. So what are you waiting for? Go for it. Pharmaceuticals. Another profitable business in Ghana is the pharmaceuticals. Drugs are an absolute necessity in the country, and one has no option other than buying what's required in the event they become sick. While it is not quite easy to get into the market as there are a lot of stringent rules and regulations associated with it, you have a real chance of joining the Millionaires Club once you make it through this business. Cattle farming. If you're interested in going into a serious farming business, then you should consider a cattle farming business in Ghana. Cattle farming is perhaps one of the most lucrative animal farming businesses an entrepreneur can start, but that does not rule out the fact that it can sometimes be challenging, especially if you don't live around the farm community where you can easily build your cattle ranch. Cattle rearing is of course a thriving and profitable business because of the usefulness of beef and other byproducts from cattle. Agriculture and farming. Food is one of the basic needs of man, and anyone that ventures into food production is surely of a never-ending demand. The steady growth of Ghanaians' population due to influx of investors, students, tourists, etc. will only help explode the demand for food. Ghana has soils that can support a vast variety of food crops, and yet the agricultural sector is one of the most underutilized in the country. The Ghanaian government hasn't done enough to explore the sector, which comprises only a few private companies. One can liken the agricultural industry in Ghana to a gold mine, as there is always a high demand for agricultural produce. Fish farming business. If you're interested in going into serious aquatic farming in Ghana, then you should consider fish farming business. Fish farming is perhaps one of the most lucrative aquatic farming businesses an entrepreneur can start in Ghana, but that does not rule out the fact that it can sometimes be challenging, especially if you don't live around coastal areas where you can conveniently create demarcation for breeding your fish in commercial quantity. Beyond the general knowledge of fish farming, you would need to study the process of farming fish if you want to become successful with the business. In order to maximize profits with your fish farming business, you need to learn the process of hatching fish eggs and then groom them to maturity when they will be due for harvest.
Granite oil production plant. Another thriving business that can be started in Ghana is granite oil production business. Actually, starting a granite oil production company is not one of those businesses that can be started without proper research and study of the industry. Granite oil production company can be considered to be capital intensive, but it can be indeed a money spinning business if it is well located and if you are able to create a rubbish distribution network. Cocoa production. Lastly, one of the most lucrative farming and exporting business that an aspirant can start in Ghana is to go into cocoa production or farming cocoa. In the chief agricultural export of Ghana and Ghana's main cash crop, behind Ivory Coast, Ghana is the second largest cocoa exporter in the world. If you decide to start cocoa production in Ghana, you can hardly get it wrong and you stand a chance to break even within record time.
Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking.
Bridal makeup business. A bridal makeup artist is someone who makes up a bride in her bridal train during wedding ceremonies. This type of business is not capital intensive and you can start a business from your savings. If you are hardworking and you have the right network in place, you can generate your startup capital from the business deals. One good thing that the bridal makeup business is that most often than not, weddings are held during weekends, and if you are lucky not to be working during weekend, you can successfully test run a bridal makeup business. As a matter of fact, you can combine your bridal makeup business with any other business without overworking yourself. Opening a bar and grill business. Opening a bar and grill business can be fascinating at the same time worthwhile, especially if you position your bar and grill business in a strategic location where you can easily attract socialites and people who love nightlife. The fact that in Ghana people will always hang out in bars make it one of the most business that is in the high demand and is also profitable. Bar and grill business is one of the businesses that an entrepreneur can successfully start in the corner of the busy street without breaking the bank for cash.